Welcome back, everybody. Dren608 Plays, playing Battletech here. I had put out a poll earlier. This is the second or third video since that poll. I had one person that wanted me to do a specific mission, which was a tag team mission, which I have already posted. Basically, I've got two people saying to continue in one form or another, and two people just said go ahead and end it. And then the third one is kind of like, well, I want you to see you to do this one. So I take that as sort of a, yeah, I want to see you keep doing things with it. So I'm filming several things here. I'm going to wait a little longer on the poll. I was hoping to get more than 5 responses, but I guess I'm not a big enough creator to get more than 5 people to look at anything that I'm doing. So if you are watching this, I probably decided to go ahead and post a few more to see if I can get more interest in me playing through this. I do play these. When you hear the intro that it's Dren608 Plays, if you see that in the title or you hear me saying that, it means that I am going into, it may be a really old game, but I am not going in with pre-knowledge, say, of like having looked through the wiki on how the best way to build a mech is, or in this case, or how to go about doing certain missions, or where the storyline's going to take you and how it's the most optimal way, so to speak, to get there. So they're uninformed playthroughs. I usually play like the first, like a prologue or something to get some idea of how the mechanics work. I've done this with Baldur's Gate 3. I've done this with Rogue Trader. Those are 2 ongoing things. I've done it with Pathfinder Kingmaker. I had a ranger that I did that with. And Wrath of the Righteous. I had played Bard's Tale a long time ago. I did a Bard's Tale playthrough, but I'd played Bard's Tale before extensively back in my youth, so I knew exactly what I needed to do there, more or less. So yeah, when I do these playthroughs, I purchase a game, I leave it in my Steam library, and then when I break it out, it's like I'll do the tutorial, and then I will unleash on a whole bunch of, a series of videos. It's like it's first time playthrough with no whatever you want to call it, pre-preparation on what to expect or anything like that by like reading a wiki or watching videos and things like that. So this one was recommended to me by my son. He seems to like seeing me do it. So I'm going to keep going here. We got done with a mission last time. We have to go back into our mech bays. I got a couple things beat up. So I'm really not sure this is... Has an SRM-6 and a whole lot of lasers. So I'm not real sure how efficient the Centurion is. But it seemed to do okay the last time, so I'm just going to go ahead and repair it for a day. And then this is my Thunderbolt. Again, it's not the... it's got... What have I got going here? I have a large laser, 2 medium lasers, and an LRM-10. So again, it's not the greatest, but it's very heavily armored. That's going to take a day. All right. So it looks like it's going to be 4 days before I have all my mechs back. And one of the things I've been doing is I've been taking salvage in mechs and stuff. So I wanted... This is an extra Shadowhawk. And I'm really not impressed with the Trebuchet. A few medium lasers and an LRM, couple LRM-15s. And in order to make it survivable, I would have to go in and lose some of this and up its armor. Which, to me, if you look at it, I mean, you'd have to probably drop... I don't know how much armor I can even add. There's so much armor I would need to add to make this thing survivable. And it has no jump jets. So I'm really not in love with this thing either. So I'm going to put it in storage. Now, I do like the Hunchback for its AC-20. This is my Death from Above machine. These guys are basically missile-type boats, more or less. The Vindicator is just the standard Vindicator. I haven't really messed with it. I upped the armor on my Blackjack. I also upped my armor on my Jagger Mech. Pretty much what I take is like the... Right now I usually take the Thunderbolt, the Jagger Mech, and a couple of mediums, and one of the mediums I usually put somebody like Dekker, who has the ability to raise his initiative by 1. So I end up with a medium that's treated as if it's moving as a light, which kind of gives me the distribution of a 4, a 3, and a couple 2s. And I try to stay out of the way, let the enemy move, and then try to pick on one mech, and take it out. And it seems to be working okay. It didn't work when I did the big story mission. The next story mission is very, very complex, and I think I know how I would want to do it, but we'll get there when I get there. Alright, so that takes care of the stuff I have to do in the base. For contracts, I was thinking of doing this one, because we get to go after a lot of salvage, 4 to 10, 4 to 19. I was thinking of just trying to take as much salvage as I could out of that. Because, and so that's where I'm going to go once I pass my 4 days. In the Mech Warrior thing, we did get some experience points. I could take him up here and get him to hit a little better. Could take up his piloting, would just help his melee and leave me some points. But what I was thinking is if I go to tactics, I get a -1 indirect fire penalty, and I still have 1,600 points to do this, which gives me the minimum range reduction. So if it says minimum range is, 90 meters, now it's 45. So that's what I was going to do with Archangel. Okay. I don't think I took Brother on that last one, did I? Brother has a whole bunch. So now he can hit any one of these 3,600s. Now this one here helps his indirect fire, but then the next one up is the one that takes down your minimum range to -90. So I'm seriously thinking about going there with that one. This one would give him an extra health, which wouldn't hurt either. This increases his sprint by 20%, helps his melee. And this one just lets him hit better. And I think he's probably going to go the gunnery route. That seems to be the more useful thing. But he's not there yet. But I was really... I really think I like... Is it this one? No, that one gives him health. This is the one I like because it helps his sprint. So he can, like, when we're closing the battle, he can move a little bit farther. So I'm going to go with piloting first. Probably the wrong thing to do. You guys can all give me comments and tell me how terrible I'm building these drivers. Alright, so he's done. Dekker has a bunch of points here. This here gives called shot mastery, but they won't tell me what called shot mastery is, which annoys me. It's like, what is that? But in his case, I was thinking he needs to get the overheat threshold. And then if I were to go 2 steps up, he'd actually get an extra health. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the overheat threshold because we've been running around on a lot of desert planets and stuff. And that's all I'm going to take with him right now and think about what else I want to do with it. Behemoth, I'm in the same kind of deal. I'm thinking I'm going to work her up this way in the tactics because, again, the next one that I get up here, when I get to 4,900, so I get another couple thousand experience points for her, she'll be able to get the -90 So that's what I'm going to do with her. And the reason why I know that works is because Glitch has it. And right here, see that minus 90 minimum range? That's really important. So that means almost all our weapons can be fired almost literally at like point blank range. Glitch can do something here. What would this give her? Called shot mastery. I might take that. She does a lot of called shots. -2 recoil. And 20 base first. So this one is a good one. Because she does use recoil weapons on her Jagger mech. But I think I'm going to go with called shot mastery and see if that helps her be able to hit better when she's doing called shots. Alright, so she's going to do that.
Confirmed, Commander.
Me, I don't know what to do with me. That just helps my melee. That one helps my recoil. This one gets me moving up towards that infamous minus 90%. So we're going to go there. We'll go into tactics. Alright, Medusa, I have to take out again. Mummy Bear picked up some points. And what I was going to do with her is I was going to have her go up in her piloting. Just because of that +1 unsteady threshold. That helps her when she's getting hit with things. Because a lot of the stuff she does, she just goes out and sensor locks things. So that's what Mummy Bear is going to do. Silent didn't go out the last time. Spartan. That's 2100, so I can go to hit better with my guns. Or I get the minimum range down, which is what I really want. So that whatever they're running with, they can maybe shoot their guns before they do an assault. I'm trying to build Spartan up to be sort of an assault person, so that's why I'm going down these routes. I'm thinking I'm going to take them down super piloting. Because move after shooting if it's not yet moved. So they can come down here, get their piloting up so they can really run well and get lots of evasions. And, you know, pick up a few bits and pieces along the way. But their big thing is going to be trying to get them in a mech that basically has short-range weapons, and Hull's job is to try and charge the enemy and engage them in melee. I just wanted to have at least one person that's good at doing that. Okay, I think that's everybody that needs to be.
I'm receiving you.
Waiting for orders.
She can't do anything with the 2800. He's got 500. Dekker, I could take something else up with Dekker, like his piloting. Or his shooting. But I think we're just going to let him sit on those points for a little bit. Just like me, I'm going to sit on mine so I can get work on getting myself up to some of these higher levels.
Waiting for orders.
Glitch, Medusa, Mummy Bear, Silent, and Spartan. Okay, everybody's gotten their stuff done. 9 out of 16 people. Alright, let's go. I wanted to go check the hiring hall real quick. There was a couple of interesting people here. There's Apex here, who has, you know, the gunnery thing and bulwark cover. So they would be a really good person probably to add. It's like before I leave system, I want to get them. And then this person here is a Kickstarter.
I'm your spaniel.
He's not. I've read their things, and I've been kind of sticking with Ronins and Kickstarters just on this playthrough, just to see what they look like. Supposedly, my son told me that if you build the Kickstarters the right way, if you can figure out what their right way is, they get like an extra little special bonus. I don't know. I'm building them the way I think they should be built. So this guy, his story is kind of a little bit weird, and I'm not sure where to go with his stats. So, but he would be relatively cheap because he's only $24.7 a month. This one's $38,000 a month, but she comes with a couple, you know, an 8 and a 6 in her. Just have to get her pilot up, so that she can move a little better. But I'm not going to hire them right away. Alright, and then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the store. And now, I was told this is a bad mech. And I'm not sure exactly why it's a bad mech. Because you could put two, like, AC5s on it. Right? Or just armor it up and give it an AC-20 and a small laser and a short-range missile or something and just have it, you know, lumber up and just blow you up kind of thing. I don't think it has any jump jets. So I would have to give it jump jets. But see, it comes with two AC-5s on it. And AC-5s aren't bad. 15 rounds of firing AC-5s and an LRM and some lasers. I could probably drop one of the LRM ammos and one of the lasers and armor it up. But it is 621,000, so I really don't want to spend that kind of money. You know, if it was something like this, where it's an assault mech, if I had parts for the assault mech, I would probably buy it. I'm seriously thinking about picking up some of these weapons again before I leave. Right now, I'm not going to go out and pick up a lot of stuff. Same thing with the equipment. I'm probably going to pick up a few bits and pieces around here before I leave. The big thing I wanted to do is I have this. I have these guys to sell. I have 2 fire starters. I'll only ever use one in any given mission, so I'm going to get rid of one of those. The Griffin 1S had like all energy and missiles. I'm not really impressed with it, so I'm going to get rid of it. I'm not sure about these 2 Locusts right now, but I do have 2 Shadowhawks and I already have 1 built. So I was going to sell both of those. And I'm really not into this trebuchet either, so I'm going to just sell it. So I've lowered myself down to like 3 ready-made lights in the bay in the storage. But I've also taken myself up over 10 million credits. I've got all my monthly stuff for like 3. Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? So a year and a half's worth of salary without me having to do anything else. So that's going to give me enough money to be able to buy, you know, all these fun things that have pluses on them. There was, what was it? In the weapons, there was, what was it here? There's like these pluses and single pluses on the AC5s and the AC10s. A couple of pluses on AC20s. So I was thinking of trying to pick up a few of these. Have them in my buckets. When something breaks, I you know, can put it on things. Missiles-wise, I don't really have anything or lasers. And then in the equipment, I mean, it's just jump jets. So I pick up like some assault and heavies because I have like, I think I have a ridiculous number of jump jets. Don't I? Didn't I have a ridiculous number of jump jets? Yeah, I've got like 68 regular heat sinks. $82 of these. Do I really need 82 jump jets? Let's sell some of those off. How about if we keep 40 of them? We'll keep 40. 40's enough, right? Same thing with the heat sinks. Just keep 40. It's just ridiculous to have that many things. You don't even realize, because there's things you're picking up that you're not really interested in. They just kind of come with the salvage. And so now I'm up to over 11 million. So, oh, no, I don't want to sell anymore. I just want to get out of here. Okay, so I'm out of there. Trash. I did this. I did the barracks. Let's do our captain's quarters. We'll check our reputation real quick. We're up to 302. Local pirates were at 10. Canopus were at 7. Lyrian -5. The Taurian Concordant dislikes us. The Free Worlds League, Draconis, most everybody's indifferent to us. Obviously, the Irano Restoration loves us, and their enemies hate us. And the Taurian Concordant doesn't like us either. And they just... I had to pick somebody to pick on, and they just happen to seem to always be in the way of everything I want to try and do. So, that's the way it's going to have to be. Okay? Alright. So, we're going to go back out here. And we've got to pass 4 days. Uh-oh. A friend of a friend. We have a thing going on here. In the command center, one of Darius's old friends from the MRB contacts you directly via holovid. I have a peculiar request, Commander. I have a friend who wants you to train a fresh recruit. Samuel Dannon. No academy training, but he's sharp. Goes by the call sign Squire in the hiring hall. Really? A friend of a friend wants us to take on a fresh recruit? Yang groans. Sounds fishy. The MRB contact continues. I can't say much more, but my friend has a soft spot for underdog. They want to see how much a mech warrior can learn hands-on. And you've done a lot with a little, Commander. Not to mention, I'd be grateful. The holovid blinks out. Refuse to hire the recruit. Perform a background check on the recruit. Agree to hire the recruit. Do I want to do a background check? I want to see if he's actually a spy. I'm cautious. I do a background check. Later that night, when you return to your quarters, you receive an HPG message titled, Word from a Friend. Notice you were looking into Squire's background, Commander. Justin Allard appears on your screen. Your diligence should be applauded, I won't lie. The boy is green, but he's a fighter. You know, I barely got through my training at the Sakara Academy. My instructors doubted me. My classmates insulted me over my Capellan heritage. They gunned for me during every drill. I didn't learn a thing, just did my best to survive. But one day, General Sheridan Courtney inspected our class. No simulations. He put us in mechs and kept us in them until he wrung all the sweat and puke from our bodies. I was the only student who earned his top mark. Years later, when the Lao forces surrounded the general's battalion on Spica, no one fought harder than me to save him. Check the hiring hall for Squire. I trust you'll make the right decision. Squire is now present in the local hiring hall. Okay, I guess I gotta go to the hiring hall. He wants me to take on somebody named Squire. Squire is a know-nothing, nobody, know-how. Okay. I don't know when I'll get around training him. He is a Ronin. Well, I ain't gonna take him right now. Because I want to get done with my things. I don't want to hire him before the financial report. Because I don't want to pay his salary.
Job's done, Commander.
Okay. So now our timeline is paused. We have 5 days to the financial report. We're going to probably do this contract. What's my time? I'm at 23 minutes. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in here to this contract. We're going to take the wolves. I think I'm going to go crazy. Go for all the salvage I can find. This is a defend the base. Oh man, I hate defend the bases. Okay, defend the base means I'm going to need to have a couple of something that's really fast, probably the Griffin. The 2 heavies to take on whatever comes our way. Put Dekker in the Griffin so he can move in a 4. Does that sound right? Take Glitch in the Jagger Mech. Me in the Thunderbolt. I could put somebody else in the Thunderbolt. Alright, where are we going to try this? I don't know. Defend the base. I was not very good in the last defend the base. Griffin Thunderbolt. I'm going to put the Jagger Mech down here. Now they're going to try and get up close and personal. Should I take this? Or do I want to have guys with ridiculous amounts of armor? I could take the Shadowhawk. Instead of this Centurion. Alright, Spartan. Pretty good there. Thunderbolt, I'm going to put me in the Thunderbolt. I'm going to put Glitch in the Jaggermech. Normally I would put Behemoth in the Spartan, or in the Shadowhawk. But I am thinking I'm just going to take Dekker in the Griffin. Do we get Spartan up a little bit higher using the Shadowhawk, or do I just bring Behemoth? Let's bring the A-team to this one. 3 marks to 2. Alright, so we're going to deploy. And then we're going to, after we get on the planet, I will save. And then we will go forward with the base defense. And see what we can do. I know the last time I did a base defense, it's like they feinted from one direction and came at me from another. So I have to kind of pay attention to where I'm at with everybody. We're going for max salvage on this one. Come on, prep for combat. Give me the begin combat button. So I got to protect it for like 10 turns, and I got to keep X amount of buildings alive, I think is how it works. Alright, let's begin the mission, see if we're any good at this. Alright. It's to defend this factory. We have scatter reports incoming directing units. These would be the wolves our employer referred to. All we have to do is hold them off until our employer's forces relieve us. Good luck. On this outing, we have some additional support from our employer. Well, we do. They have point defense set up around the base. They are, however, offline. We have a friendly convoy with engineers who are eager to get at those defenses and get them firing. Escort them safely to the generators, and we can boost our defensive capabilities. What the frick? Why do you make it so hard for me to do all this? Okay, I got a whole bunch of... I gotta find these engineers and everything. Alright, so when we come back, we will try and figure out how to do this. Alright? If you like what you see, hit the thumbs up button. If you like to see, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the notified bell. Be notified to upload videos under scheduled streams. Leave me comments. Let me know if you want to keep seeing these things. There is a poll out there. If you really want me to just shut this all down, you can vote there as well. If you want me to keep on going, vote there. Leave me comments also about what you like and what you don't like about what I'm doing. And I'm Dren608. Until we meet again, stay safe and bye-bye.